Seattle, Washington. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it. And that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Here come the Browns on offense with Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick at quarterback.
It's okay if I give him a few props right here. Do you mind?
I think he's earned it. Go ahead.
Okay, how about a guy who was a two-time walk-on, who later became a two-time Big 12 Player of the Year, has the most touchdown passes in Big 12 history with 129, a Heisman Trophy into his credit, and took his team to the college football playoff semifinal twice while at Oklahoma.
Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, and now it's second down. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And that is incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. The Seahawks have David Moore back deep. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. Beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this state...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Mayfield now. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Flush to his right. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. 1st and goal from the 6. They'll run with Chubb, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would
even
do?
know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Cody Parkey.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is DJ Reed returning. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Steps away. And he rifles one incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Now Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Browns 7, Seahawks 0.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield, and finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. They do get 9, but it leads yards to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That third down conversion good for 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
This is Carson, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal. Wilson dancing to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. He can run, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down. And it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Jason Myers to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And the Browns first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. The return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. After the interception, here's Wilson. On the run, he'll let this go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That puts a good dent into their first down setback. It's a pickup of 16.
At their 48-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants... Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Well, late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
That's what I'm talking about.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Parkey is good, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
Browns 10.
And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get, and you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken in the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense, but a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers, and he will score! Touchdown, Seattle! Chris Carson, 66 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
First and 10. Their own 21.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Pushing through the contact. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 44.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Offensively down. Brings up 2nd and 11 on the Seahawks.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 11 now. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
To the sideline and incomplete.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
How about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
Defense.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Mayfield able to find Hunt out of the backfield. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And a little floater there is incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run, and the Browns are back within a score. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Now after the score, it's Marquilon to kick it away. Here's Reed. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll run on first down. Carson pushing his way through, shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run again with Carson. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Wilson rolling to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
He may try and run for this. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now it's Carson. And some room to roam now. And he is goes in for the Seattle touchdown.
Money in the bank.
Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run.
Jason Myers.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield and the offense now. Down by 10. A minute 37 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He was looking for the Michigan Wolverine, Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Mayfield. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. Going back to Landry. This time he's got him complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And Parkey's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
Browns 20.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now...
That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Illegal touching, offense.
Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go on and score again. Can he get it done?
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Seahawks 27, Browns 20.
Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.